In today's video, I want to share a little bit about why I think newsletters are a really good tool and also why I am rebooting mine to start sending out regular emails again, even though there are tons of other options for social networks and ways to publish content and distribute it. I think that newsletters with an email address are still super valuable and incredibly powerful to connect with a community or connect with a creator. But first, I want to just mention quickly, I've been playing around with these lights that are lighting my background. They're the Aputure MC, and they're really fun to play around with, get different color schemes, and yeah, I will try out different things now with the videos that I am creating here to see what I like, what I want to keep, maybe what I want to continue, and what I can do with little RGB lights like that. They're really fun to play with, and I might talk about them a little more in a future video. But back to the topic of newsletters. A couple of years ago, I actually had a newsletter and I was sending out regular emails with that. But then there was the GDPR with the data privacy legislation in the European Union. And that basically discouraged me from ever having to do with newsletters ever again. And it also kind of coincided with the whole cleanup that I did at the time, where I stopped any projects, where I stopped everything, and I just cleaned out, removed programs or server application that I was running, shut down websites, and also deleted my email list. And I literally deleted the whole list, so I didn't even have any of those addresses anymore to now reboot the list just like that. So first things first, the GDPR turned out that it isn't really that bad overall. It's something that you have to be aware of, and you definitely want to make sure that you are talking to your subscribers and you are getting them the information about what you are going to send to them on your page. But overall, I, at this point, think that we just sometimes can't do everything right to the T. And at some level, we just have to trust that we are doing the right thing by over-communicating, by telling people what we are doing and how we are doing things. And that, I think, at the end, actually is enough to be trustworthy, to gather your email addresses from your people, and to do it in an honest way. That also includes this whole topic of downloading ebooks by signing up for a newsletter. And as far as I am informed, that's something that is not necessarily okay anymore unless you are literally communicating those things throughout the whole system. Personally, I think that it's really annoying to have to give your email address whenever you want to download something. If I really want to stay up to date, then I will sign up for those newsletters. But if I don't, then I won't. So I will just get the thing and then I unsubscribe immediately. And that's really the whole thing about this truthful, honest email newsletter system that I think one should run. So those things out of the way, the question becomes, why would you want to go through the trouble of actually running a newsletter, let alone a personal newsletter or a business newsletter? And I think there are a couple of good reasons. And the main reason is that the platforms that we are all publishing on, be it YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, all of those things can go away, even though that is very unlikely. The other thing is that they can't just be gone at some point, but they also may shut your profile down without you being informed, without real reasons and stuff like that. Now, granted, that is also quite unlikely. However, it has happened to people in the past, and that is something that I think we can protect against by having an email newsletter. Now, you have to be aware that if you only have your email list with one provider and you never make a backup yourself, then you will also have to deal with the problem that that email provider may shut down, that email provider may delete your account, remove you because of some terms of service violation or something like that. So you will still have to make sure that you do your own backups of your email list, and you can download those from your email service provider like MailerLite or Revue that I am using here. So you still have to manage that. However, it is a whole different topic to be able to do that rather than to completely rely on the platform to stay connected with the people that you are wanting to stay connected with. And nowadays, with the whole talk about the algorithm and messages not showing, images not showing, YouTube videos not being displayed to your followers, and and all those kind of things. I think that it's pretty safe to say that if you really want to build a community of people that are really interested in what you want to be doing, having one of those ways that just gets to them because it is email, that is, I think, a really powerful tool. And with that, I also come to the point that I want to make is the email newsletter, I believe, is something that is for the hardcore fan, because, of course, not everybody will subscribe to you on YouTube and also subscribe to your email newsletter. But there will be a handful of people that wants to know what's going on. And an email newsletter is one of those ways that you can make sure that people get certain parts of your life, certain parts of your business, certain parts of the information that you want to share. It also gives you an opportunity for people that don't necessarily want to follow everything that you do step by step. For example, in my case, I am publishing videos every week and multiple of that. Some people might not be up to date with that schedule because of their own work schedule, because of their own other things that are going on in their life. And a newsletter that I send out once a month, and I also include some kind of a overview of what I have published, gives those people an opportunity to actually check in with that email, see what is interesting for them, what is interesting enough for them to check in with that, and also stay up to date with everything that is going on. And on top of that, you can provide certain aspects that you may not have shared about in other mediums. So it, I think, is a really cool tool overall. I also think that it's a really interesting thing that you have an elite group of followers in a sense that really wants to know what's going on. And maybe you want to test drive certain things or you want to see how people respond. You can ask those people in your email newsletter certain questions, maybe send out a questionnaire and ask if those people want to answer that. Or you provide something that you never share online. For example, I could think about actually sharing consulting sessions with the people on my newsletter and then kind of going from there, learning from them, understanding what the people that are subscribed to my newsletter want from my newsletter, from my videos, and those kind of things, and just fostering that connection with your fans. So what is my newsletter going to be about? My newsletter is probably going to be about an overview of what I have published in the month that the newsletter is being sent out in. I will also share a certain story or maybe some kind of text at the top of the newsletter, what I am kind of going through at that moment, and a couple of interesting links that I have found throughout the month. And I'm going to send that about the last week of every single month. So right now, the next one is going to be right at the end of January. Now, the way that you can subscribe to my newsletter is that you can just simply go to the link in the description below, which is going to be chrisspiegl.com/newsletter, and you can sign up straight there. The tool that I am using to send out this newsletter is called Revue, and if you want, there's also a referral link down in the description below where you can get a 30-day free trial from Revue by using that link in the description. This is an affiliate code. This video is not sponsored by Revue or MailerLite, which I'm going to talk about as well. I'm just using these two companies myself, and I think that those are really good offers. If you want to sign up without using my referral code, of course, that's awesome as well. Just start something, do something with that. I think that Revue is a really incredible platform for sending out newsletters because it makes it super easy. It is a very minimalistic design, very simple, and you can do a lot with it. I think for personal newsletters, if you want to, for example, do some travel log, or you want to send an email newsletter to your family, your friends, and the people that follow you on a regular basis, I think that that's a really, really cool tool to do that. If you want to go more into a corporate or a company newsletter, I think another really cool tool that I have discovered a couple months ago is called MailerLite, and you will also find a referral code down in the description below with which you will get a $20 coupon code basically on that platform to start your newsletter ascending. However, they also have a free plan that you can use for up to 1,000 people, I think. Again, this is not a sponsored video, it's just something that helps me help you, and it's really cool to kind of like grow with these tools. So again, you can sign up to my newsletter at chrisspiegl.com/newsletter, and then I can stay connected with you and you can get all the information from me and an overview every single month. And of course, you can always unsubscribe because that's the law, and there's a link in every single newsletter that you can do that. With that said, I'm curious to hear if you run a newsletter and also what kind of newsletters you really enjoy reading. Let me know in the comments below and let's have a conversation about that. And now, have an amazing day and enjoy your life, and I will see you in the next one. Probably with a different color scheme, because I'm still trying that out and playing around. So, see you in the next one. Ciao, ciao.